for the first time.
I know. Please hold your applause. Let me get to the story. First time talking to a girl. How was it? Well, before I tell you, let me do a little explaining, a little backstory, a little origin story, a little prequel. So have I actually talked to a girl before? Yes. However, was it anything meaningful, substantial, tangible? No, not really. See, in the past I was very introverted, alright? And the best I could talk with a girl was just, oh, how are classes going? Oh, okay, that's cool. And that's it. That's it. Nothing meaningful, nothing true, nothing tangible, nothing of any substance, nothing. And so, well, I finally talked to a girl. I know. Please hold your applause. Let me tell you. So, I'm in college right now, but for college orientation, right? So before college started, we all had to go. So I was there in the college. I was like the third person there. And I saw the other two people in my group for the college orientation. And well, they were quiet. They're on their phones. And it's only two of them. One guy, one girl. I want to clarify, this is not the girl that I really talked to. The good part's coming. So what I do, I just say to the girl, hey, so why do you choose this college? What's your major? Asking questions about her. She's asking questions about me. And when we're talking to her. So then, the guy who's scrolling on his phone, because he's also a bit shy. And so, well then, we got him into the conversation, and we all started talking. We started talking. And guess what? More people came in. And you know what? I helped introduce them. I was like, hey man, what's up? What's up? We were talking. There was this one guy who was actually kind of shy, and he kind of reminded me of my past self. Now, I'm not saying like, oh, I'm superior, I'm all extrovert now. No, I'm still very much an introvert. But I realize that, and I make an effort to change that. And so I was just asking him questions, bringing him in the group. And guess what? He started talking. We all started talking. And guess what? We were no longer on our phones. We were socializing with one another like human beings. We are social creatures. We're meant to talk to one another, not go on Instagram because we're too shy to say hello to the person right next to us that we're going to be seeing for 2 days. And so, now the girl came in. The girl that I first talked to in my entire life. Well, what should we call her? I don't know. Let me think. Let me think real hard about this. I think I have a name for her. We're going to call her Felicia. And I'll explain why later. So Felicia, she comes in. I see her. I'm like, oh, okay. Just a normal girl, right? And she's the kind of girl that she wears like a black hoodie. She's on her phone, she sits down. She wasn't sitting next to me. She was sitting like maybe 2-3 seats next to me, but in between us there's people, right? And so, well, everyone was talking but her. She was on her phone. And then, well, I say something about myself that she also has the same thing that we both relate to. And then immediately, there's a spark. Not a spark of romance or love, just a spark of interest, of talking to another human being. So she looked directly at me and she was like, hey, you have this thing in common? I also have this thing in common. And we started talking together. We started talking. We started interacting. We started communicating like human beings, like social creatures. If you're on your phone, put that down and do 10 push-ups. But you're probably watching on your phone, so pause, do 10 push-ups. After that, continue watching the video, if you would like. If you're busy doing work, pause, come back to this later, and go do your work. You gotta know your priorities, man.
Back to the main point.
The main point. And so we were communicating, me and Felicia. And, I was also talking with everyone else in the group. But me and Felicia, we started talking a lot. Talking about our families, our culture, our everything, and our differences, and our similarities, and our questions. Because we shared a lot in common. And so as we were talking a lot, I realized, oh wait, the day's almost over. This orientation is only for 2 days. And so as I was talking with her, she was like, okay, bye. And I was like, wait, what? Oh, the day's over. I didn't really understand that the day was over already. I was enjoying our conversation. And so, after that, she went to her place. I went to my place. And, well, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed communicating. Especially with someone who shared a lot of similarities with me. And also, this was the first time I actually had like a meaningful discussion with a girl. And so, was I nervous? I guess a little, maybe, but I was also kind of comfortable. Maybe because we did share some similarities, but I was able to hold my ground in terms of just holding a conversation, and knowing that gave me confidence. And in a way, it was just an endless loop of, hey, I'm talking to a girl that's nervous, but I'm actually doing pretty good, so I'm getting confident. And that confidence builds me up to talk to her. And it's just like an endless cycle. And I was getting better, and honestly, I'm happy about that. The first girl that I talked to, just asking about her major and stuff, she saw us talking, and she kind of giggled. Maybe she had some thought, like, hey, maybe those two would be good together. I don't know. I'm not going to jump to conclusions, but what I know is that I talked to Felicia, and there was meaning.
Day number 2.
So, group got together, had some breakfast together, and then later in the day, I met Felicia. And guess what? We have the same major. Let's go! Gonna get the same classes, gonna get the same everything. Hey, you know what? I think I'm starting to develop some feelings for Felicia. I think maybe we might possibly have a future with Felicia. However, a big part of me not being in a relationship at all in my life is because, well, one thing is I lack the facilities to bring women. Second, especially in high school, I decided I don't want to be in a relationship because I realized that a lot of them are meaningless. You see a guy, you see a girl, they get together and then they break up in like 3 weeks. Like, is there really anything meaningful? Do you really expect a guy and a girl in high school getting together and holding that relationship to marriage, at least for 4 years? No, not really. There's really no meaning. A lot of them end up in heartbreak for, and I don't mean to be rude, but over pointless, meaningless stuff that really could have just been avoided. And that all happens within maybe, 2 months, 3 months at best. So, I didn't go in the mindset of, Felicia, will you bear my children? I didn't go in the mindset with that. But the mindset I did go in with is, hey, we share some common things. We like talking to each other. So, let's continue to talk to each other. So we continued to talk. And we were going to register classes together, so we were going with our group. It's a new group now because we're now only in our major, not the group we were in. We now went into a new group that was dedicated to the major that we're both in. We were just talking, right? We were following the line, we're at the very back of the line, right? And so we're just talking, walking slowly, taking our time, taking a little stroll, admiring the nature, hearing the birds sing, the wind is sunny. Back to the main point. And then the group goes in the building and we're going, right? So we're following them. And we go in the building. We then realize the group just instant transmissioned. I have no idea where they are. She has no idea where they are. We were talking to one another. And guess what? First time on a large campus. This is a huge campus, a huge college. We don't know where our group is. We were supposed to go with them to register for classes now, and we're lost. And so she's freaking out. She's like, ugh, ugh, ugh. And so she's panicking. She's screaming. She's shouting. And I'm just trying to calm her down, saying, hey, it's okay. It's okay. Everything's going to work out. And so we just start looking for people around, right? And so we see, okay, oh wait, 2 students right there. So we went up to them, we talked to them like, hey, we're lost. Do you know where we should go? And they're like, sorry, I can't help you. I don't have the resources to help you in any meaningful way. However, you should probably go to this place on campus. And so we went there. And so we make it to the place. And I'm like, I see a place that says information. I go there. I tell them, hey, we're lost. Where do we go? And they say, you're supposed to go there and ask them the question. I'm like, okay. By the time I turn around, well, she's already ahead of me. Felicia's already ahead of me. And she's going there and talking with them. She asks them, hey, we're lost. Is everything going to work out? We got lost from our group. And she's panicking, right? Felicia's panicking. She's like, ugh. And I'm just standing there observing. I'm just like, okay. It is what it is. It is what it is. And so eventually, they get a guy, and he brings us to that group. And so we make it back to the group. Me and Felicia, well, We enter the class, and we're the last two ones. Everyone's still there. No one has registered yet, but we've gone over the process of registration. And so they were going over that, and so we arrived late. And in a way, it was kind of nice. It was kind of some nice bonding, some nice dialogue that went on. You know why? Because me and Felicia, it's one of those scenarios where, like, the world is ending, the last two people on Earth. And then, in order to survive, they kind of build a connection, right? And so I'm not saying it's the equivalent, but there is some relation to those two things. The point is, me and Felicia, well, we kind of got to connect a little more. Nothing romantic, but we got to get closer together. And then it was time for registration. So we went to the place to register. We registered for our classes, right? But that's when the orientation ended. And so she finished before me. Felicia finished before me. And she said, hey, good luck, and left. And I said, hey, thank you. Goodbye. And so one thing I forgot to mention was I actually was able to get her Instagram, right? I was able to get Felicia's Instagram. And I actually went on a trip during the summer, and she knew that I was going on the trip. And so she actually wanted me to show her what my trip was about. What was something cool? What was going on? You know? Because the trip had something that we both had in common with. That we both could share some of our experiences with. So, the trip is over, and head back to college. And so college is going on. We're texting a little, saying, hey, what did you cook? You know? I cooked this. What do you think? She's surprised. She's amazed. She thinks my cooking's pretty good.
The point is...
And so, actually, I find out she's going to a club. And she invites me. Not a club where you drink and all that, but the one where everyone goes together for a certain topic and does something related to that topic. So, I go as well. And you know what? It's kind of fun. I actually meet some new people. I'm talking with them. Made 3 new friends in one night. Communication at its finest. And so, I knew she was in the room somewhere, so I just messaged her like, hey, where are you? I'm here. She says, I'm in the back. So I'm like, excuse me, gentlemen. I walk to the back. I see her in the back. And you know what? I'm not gonna lie. She looked kind of nice. I'm not gonna go all creepy, no degenerate mode. She looked beautiful. She looked nice. And the thing is, when she saw me before, like during orientation and all that, I kind of looked nice. I was dressed nice. Everything was nice. In the meeting though, I just came from the gym. I got a really bad haircut. Just not looking good. The clothes I'm wearing is just kind of like your average stay at home, I didn't really take a shower kind of thing. And so I'm walking, right? And I'm just prepared to talk to her, right? And then I see her, she's looking nice, she's looking beautiful. And when I see her, I'm like, oh shit, I'm supposed to say something. No, I am supposed to say something. What do you mean? You texted this whole time. You made a whole group talk to each other and get off their phones. You're struggling now? When she's just sitting there? What are you doing? And so the best I can come up with is, you gave me the wrong time. What happened? And then she's like, oh yeah, I'm sorry. I thought it was this time. And then she introduced me to her friends next to her. And so I'm like, hey, hello, your name is, oh, okay. All right, that's cool. And then I say, all right, I'll see you later. Bye.
Are you kidding me?
After all that dialogue, that confidence that I've built over a month, that is the best I could do. That is me talking to a woman. I might as well just start talking to guys now. So I then walked back to my friends, disappointed, ashamed of myself, with my head down, just an overall bad, degenerate mode. Now, I'm not trying to say that if you struggle talking to girls, you're a terrible person. I'm not saying that at all. If you struggle, hey, we all can improve somewhere. I still can improve. I'm not an expert at this at all. But you know what? I'm going to try. I'm going to try every single day, every single second. If I fail, hey, I'm going to get back up and I'm going to try. This is a journey, and I invite you. I want you to improve for your own sake and to help the people around you.
Back to the main point.
I walked back to my friends and we decided to talk. So, in my head, I'm thinking, alright, once this whole presentation in the club is over, I'm going to go back to Felicia and I'm going to talk to her. And so the club is over. I said, alright, goodbye to all the friends I made. And I looked for Felicia in the back and I saw her for a short second and then she vanished. And I'm like, wait, hold on, wait. So I'm trying to look for her, you know? Not in a creepy way, just where I am. I'm just looking around, just getting my binoculars out. And she's just not there. She's not there. Okay, we barely talked to one another. You kind of just disappeared. And you know what? This is why I named her Felicia. Because of Marvel's Spider-Man PS4 Felicia. She's nice. You talk to her a lot. She looks really nice. Especially those PC mods. You know what I'm talking about. However, she just disappears. She just disappears out of nowhere. You know? Registering for classes. She disappears. But hey, you know, I'll give her credit. She let me know. The club. I don't even know if I saw her. That was probably someone else. Actually, yeah, that was someone else. That wasn't even her. It was literally 5 seconds the club ended and she's already gone. Where did she go? That's why I named her Felicia. After that, I felt like I lost. Like, I was defeated. By who? By myself. Not by her. It wasn't her fault. By me. I could barely hold a I could barely start a conversation. What was all that about? There was a fire in me that just, hey, let's communicate with others. Hey, you are a human being, I'm a human being, let's interact with one another. Where did all that go? I don't know. I don't know. And so actually the next couple of days, the next few weeks, maybe like 1, 2, 3 weeks maybe, we're texting a little. But it definitely decreased. And also our response times grew so much more. She would send something, I would respond 3 days later. I would send something, it would take maybe a day or two to respond. There was nothing meaningful. This whole thing started with meaning. Something tangible. Something that you could hold and that you truly knew there was meaning in. Now it's just, boop! You got a new message on Instagram. What does it say? It says, okay. You can't really build relationships, and I'm not talking about romance, but just in general friends, or even romance. You can't really build it completely to the 100% or even to the 50% mark. You can't build it through just texting. It doesn't really work. You guys gotta do something. You guys gotta talk with one another in person, or go for a walk, go do something together, go have fun, go be social creatures. We are social creatures. We talk to one another, we laugh with one another, we cry with one another. We don't just sit in our own rooms just pressing the screen multiple times, clicking send. That's not how you build a true relationship. And again, I'm not talking about romance. I'm talking about just friendship in general. I also realized that I don't think I should be in a relationship with her. As nice as Felicia is, you know, I don't really think it's nice that we be in a relationship with one another. One thing is, I'm a Christian. That is a huge important thing in my life. That's my core value. And you may have your own different core values, or you may have the same core value. We all have core values. And when you're getting in a relationship with someone, the number one thing is that you both share the same core values. Because, let's say one person is a Christian, right? And the other person is an atheist. I'm not going to say all atheists are bad. That's not true. There are good atheists, there are bad atheists. There are good Christians, there are bad Christians. The point I'm trying to make is that, let's say you have a Christian guy and an atheist girl, right? They get together, but if both of them, those are their core values, it's not going to work out. They're just going to go at each other. Those values just don't mix, especially if you hold them deeply. If those are your number one things that are important to you, the thing that you just can't compromise on. And you know, what happens when you guys get kids, right? What are you going to teach your kid? Hey, God exists, or that he doesn't exist. It's very important that you both agree on what your core values are. Because only then will a relationship get stronger and hold and maintain. If they don't, it's going to be very shaky. And so, I'm Christian. Felicia is not a Christian. I kind of picked up something that, you know what, I think that is probably one of her core values when we were messaging. I realized that, well, as of right now, I don't think I should go with the intent of trying to be in a relationship with her. I don't think I have the opportunity to do that right now, but even if I did, I don't think I should. I also realized I don't want to be in a relationship at all right now. As nice as that would be, now I would want to talk to a girl because I think that's very important to be able to hold that conversation, to be able to communicate with a girl. However, as of right now, I want to improve myself. And ultimately, I want to be the man my future wife would want me to be. And you yourself, you're probably thinking, you know what? I can improve. There is room for improvement. And I just want to say that if you don't believe in yourself, you got to believe in yourself. Because only if you truly believe in yourself will there be change. If you don't, it's meaningless. It's pointless. Nothing is going to happen. I believe in you. I'm not perfect at this. I'm not athletic at all. Alright? I just started going to the gym. And I'm not that good at it. But you know what? It's all going to work out in the end. Because I realize, because the first step is to realize where you are. Realize that you're not in a place that's good. You're in a place that you know you need to get out of. I know I need to get out of this place of just being introverted, of being lazy, of not improving in any way. Where am I going to be in the next 5 years if I continue my life like this? Ask yourself that question. Where will you be in the next 5 years if you live your life like this? And think honestly. Think deeply about this. I'm not saying this to be mean or to scare you, but I'm saying this out of love. You have to take care of yourself so you can help yourself and so you can help others, the people around you. And so what I want to say
is that we're gonna make it together. It ain't about how hard you can hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Thank you. I love you.